Father of Trials and also Prime Minister of Finland.
Now to ask.
How would I describe Antti? Can I swear? Yeah, he's a dick. He's a real nightmare to work with, honestly. The worst guy you could ever work with. But realistically, I mean, if he was a woman, I probably would marry him because he's like that sort of person.
At our studio, I think we would say that we're a big family of friends. Antti would be, I don't know, the crazy uncle. And we have a lot of fun together, but of course we also work very hard. We have our disagreements sometimes, as all friends and family do.
Huge pain. I can't feel my body.
I would describe Antti as unique, is probably the first thing. There isn't anybody like him. Whether it's at work, outside of work, he's one of these people that is crazy all the time. He doesn't have, he doesn't like switch on when the cameras are rolling or something. That's just what he's like.
Every time when we started planning a public event, the discussion always starts with, well, can we have explosions? Can we have smoke? Can I jump from somewhere? I have this, we could have a pool of rubber ducks and I could jump from the ceiling and I could drop down there with a double flip and wouldn't that be cool? And then everybody's like, well, we have these laws and, it's like PR and do you have insurance for that? But every time it starts with that.
In Finland, we have also sausages in the kiosk, the stones. So there is a folio and sausages there. And then we sit silently in sauna and think about life and what it brings. Life brings torment and bad memories until you are set on free in eternal rest. I wait that.
I think there are two sides in Antti as a creative director. On one hand, he can be seen as this impulsive, a bit random person, which he partly is, but there is really the other side as well. He's really professional. He actually analyzes things a lot, and he really knows what he's doing, at least most of the time, I would say.
Maybe it's something in a way that if you make a game, you have to generate moments that surprise people. And if I happen to do something, for example, E3 falling around, it's like how you could surprise people and how could you do something that people don't think it's normal. So if I set myself on fire and jump from 5 meters, that's for some people it's not normal, I think. But in a way that also it surprises people. And it's like, for me, it's just like I try to go outside of the box. I do what I do. If I think it's good, I do it. I don't think I act. You can do games and be professional, but that don't mean you can be yourself and whoever you want to be. My childhood was pretty normal. I have maybe 6 concussions. First time I was hit in the head with baseball bat when I was 6. Then there was a huge ice cube that dropped in my head when I was 10. About 12 I fell in the bike and hit my head again and lost memory for 1 day basically. Then few other things. One ammo was hit on my head here that caused concussion, and then I have fallen bike and skis. And last concussion was about 10 years ago. I lost memory again. But as you can see, everything is normal. When we founded the company 19 years ago, there were about 10 or 15 people professionally making games in Finland. The Remedy guys who were making Max Payne and Housemarque, they were making snowboard games. That's about it, and few smaller companies. And well, we have made always game with my brother, but before internet it was non-existent in a way that we just did those for fun. But when the internet race, we started to make Java games, and that when then we founded the company of RedLynx. Company people and procedures should always find the best of people who they are and allow them to work as they please, as long as they do the really good job. In a way, if you generate something that people can come up with year after year and still get it and still play, then I think you have done something right. And then the game itself becomes more like a hobby instead of one game. So I think in a way that if you think about this way, there's huge amount of people in the world and their hobby is maybe trials.
People were worried. Can you fish? So here's the fish for you. Good luck. It's a sunny day, so it's so easy.
Thank you, sir.
Easy for you to fish. Bye.
Bye.